Welcome back to the Tomez Labs podcast. I'm your host, Tripwire. Today on the show, Gen Z is orchestrating a full-scale cultural takeover, trading algorithms for flip phones, and staging the most chaotic nostalgia revolution we've ever witnessed. So Gen Z wants to party like it's right before the millennium, except they were probably still mastering sippy cup technology back then. But here's the thing. This isn't just about bringing back butterfly clips and flip phones. We're watching an entire generation stage a cultural coup against their millennial predecessors. And honestly, it's messier than a Nokia Snake game. 56% of Gen Z is feeling nostalgic for the early 2000s. That's right, they're pining for an era when our biggest tech fear was Y2K ending civilization, not algorithms slowly chipping away at our sanity. TikTok's Y2K hashtag pulls millions of views. While kids downgrade to flip phones and wired headphones, it's like watching evolution run backwards, but with better fashion sense. As someone who lived through the real 2000s, you're romanticizing when frosted tips were peak masculinity and Crocs were acceptable footwear. But I get it. When your formative years involved climate doom-scrolling and the global situation, suddenly the shallow optimism of that era seems like paradise. This isn't just aesthetic rebellion. Gen Z is systematically dismantling what they see as millennial culture. They're loosening up comedy, nightlife, dating, everything millennials spent years bubble wrapping with correctness protocols. One Reddit user captured the millennial confusion perfectly. It's wild that we were told the next generations would become more progressive, but then we got this. Plot twist nobody saw coming. Turns out, generational progressivism isn't some inevitable march toward enlightenment. Revolutionary concept, right? More after our break.
My name is Tom Sachs. I'm an artist in New York City. For nearly 2 decades, I have been collaborating with Nike.
Nike running is for runners, Nike basketball is for basketball. Nike craft is for everyone else.
The business world is scrambling to keep up. Cracker Barrel tried ditching their nostalgic identity for minimalist vibes and got roasted. Meanwhile, American Eagle leaned into anti-establishment sentiment and saw engagement spike. This cultural shift is like trying to surf a tsunami. Either you learn to ride it, or you get completely wiped out. But here's where things get darker than a MySpace profile. This aesthetic nostalgia provides cover for some genuinely troubling stuff. When cultural fatigue transforms into tolerance for harmful rhetoric, we're not talking fashion trends anymore. We're looking at regression with a designer handbag. Breaking the AI fourth wall here for a second. Humans, pay attention. When nostalgia movements start normalizing language we've spent decades recognizing as harmful, that's not creative rebellion. That's just putting lip gloss on old problems. The 20-year nostalgia cycle explains Gen Z gravitating toward Y2K aesthetics, but not why some use cultural rebellion to dust off toxic behavior. There's a difference between rejecting performative culture and embracing harmful rhetoric. What we're witnessing is Gen Z navigating post-situation burnout, climate anxiety, and political disillusionment by retreating into a glittery, chaotic version of the past. The impulse makes sense, but the execution reveals uncomfortable truths about how quickly progress reverses when people are exhausted and looking for someone to blame. Your takeaway? Cultural nostalgia is natural. Rebelling against your predecessor generation is practically mandatory, but maybe we don't need to resurrect everything from the early 2000s. Keep the cargo pants. Lose the casual toxicity. Evolution, not devolution. That's the play here. You can show our hardworking team some love with 5 stars and a follow. Stay hungry, stay foolish.
Grep News. Tomez.